it's an honor to be here. Excellency Sheikh Saif, eminent leadership of Bank Al Habib, the leadership of Unimoni, and I must say, I don't know if anybody from Intercontinental is here. It's a beautiful ambiance here. So it's so good to be here, and I'd also like to. It's very good to see Sheikh Fayaz here. I represent the Pakistani community, so I remember their names much better than the dignitaries who are visiting. And this is my first interaction with Unimoni. And I also must thank Mr. Muhammad Munir and Amir Hamza. It's so good to see you both sitting together here, both eminent persons. It's also very good to see the Awas program between two institutions, a bank, a Pakistani bank that you saw through the history, which has done so well. And also, I was talking to Sheikh Saif, and sir, you sent two very bright young men to the embassy. We had a long talk on the history of India and Pakistan, and so wherever both of you are, good to see you both again here, and good to see the top management. And one thing, Excellency, which I liked when we briefly met, you said that we have to think out of the box. So nations and individuals and entities, if they want to, I think the word was leapfrog. We were confused about an English phrase. If you want to leapfrog certain things, you can't follow the same path. Those of you who are masters in English literature, they might correct me if I'm wrong, but if I'm wrong, I apologize. I think Robert Frost wrote the poem, The Road Not Taken. So you have to take the road not taken if you want to leapfrog the leapfrogging moment. You have to take that road, and it's good to see the beginning of a partnership. The slide that Kambal, that you showed us regarding the deficit and what is covered by remittances is very instructive, and those of you who don't know about it, they should know about it regarding the contribution that overseas Pakistanis are making to the economy of Pakistan. But at a more fundamental level, it's I always tell everybody that I meet that suppose the quantum of remittances to Pakistan was not so fundamental to the economy of Pakistan. Let's suppose for a moment that remittances were not that vital. They are vital nowadays. They were not vital, say, 20 years ago, or maybe 30 years ago. Suppose they are not. How do you treat the overseas Pakistani then? You still have to treat the overseas Pakistani with a lot more respect, dignity and ease than you are doing now. If he were to only contribute 1% to the economy of Pakistan, still somebody who has left his hearth and home and his family and is tolerating absence from deaths and weddings, and for that matter, not only an overseas Pakistani, but an overseas Indian also, and an overseas Bengali also. I'm talking about South Asia. I could repeat this for all the 182 countries of the world. So even if this were not important, it's very, very important to understand as a dignified nation the importance of the person who, as the movie rightly pointed out, who is at a kiosk serving coffee, or a taxi driver, or somebody who's in this country they're undergoing, and in the Middle East, more physical hardship when they are atop buildings, and with their sweat, toil and tears, they built their homes back home, and they've also built their new residences in the Middle East or in other countries. So a big round of applause for every overseas individual, whether he's from Pakistan, India, or Bangladesh, or any other country in the world who leaves his home and hearth. Ideally, nations, at least this is what my thought for the Pakistani nation is. Ideally, nations should be such that people don't leave their countries. But if they leave their countries for education or for creating better opportunities back home, that's fine. That's wonderful, and treat them with request. The other thing is that, which I tell high corporate executives, and which I tell banks, which I also tell academics, there's something that I tell them, and that was something that was remarked to be in me by Excellency while sitting here. When you grasp your phone from the table, you went back, grasped your phone, and you came up. He said, looking at me, technology. So I hate to tell all of you that technology is highly overrated. Technology is good. Technology has to be led by humans. I have lots and lots of regard, respect, and I look in awe at the things that we have created, the 7 applications or 8 applications. But remember that look at the users also. Do you think they are proficient in using these applications, even if they are in Urdu? I can speak for my nation. Around 300,000 Pakistanis here. They would also like to see humans behind kiosks. They would like to see a person who will tell them in Urdu, Punjabi, or whichever language they speak, that yaar, इस फॉर्म को फिल करो, इसको यहाँ क्लिक करो और यहाँ क्लिक करो और हो जाएगा. So it's very gratifying to note the large number of offices or outlets, I don't know which is the correct word, that Unimoni has in Oman and that Bank Al Habib has in Pakistan. So never underestimate the value of humans behind a desk. That is routinely missed. That is not only missed by the banking and the corporate sector, that is most importantly being missed by governments across the globe. Governments have decided, I don't know whether a Pied Piper concept or whatever, to go online with everything. You know, every online service that is provided in the government sector, the average Pakistani or Indian has to go to another human being to manipulate that application. This is a fact. So do concentrate on creating smiling humans to send money or to provide services. As Excellency would know, the host country, which I consider Pakistan, by the way, I feel so much at home. I don't feel in a foreign country. The fact that it does not have a tradition of consulates across other countries other than Muscat is a challenge that has to be overcome somehow, and we have very successfly overcome it in Salalah. So we have a processing and collection unit in Salalah. While we sit in this air-conditioned room, we must understand that a Pakistani who has to get consular services in Muscat usually takes a bus for about 10 hours or 8 hours, depending on the bus, to Muscat, and then spends some hours at the Pakistan embassy, and for that matter at any other embassy, and then has to go back at night, back to his employment or his home. In Salalah, you can, if you want to see less arduous travels, you can say Sohar, you can say Buremi, and Swag and all other things, and that's the reason why the Pakistani community schools and Indian community schools are spread all across Oman to provide education at the doorstep. Similarly, you have to provide all services. You should try to provide all services at the doorstep. And I must congratulate, I don't know whether there is Bangladeshi representation here or not, but the concept of mobile passport teams is unique. That has been that is done by the Bangladesh government. They go to various cities with their mobile teams, and there's a lesson in it for all of us. There's a lesson from your presentations, from Unimoni's presentation, and from Bank Al-Habib's presentation to the government of Pakistan. I can't talk about other governments. You need, if you need to bring across a program to the people of Pakistan in these days, you need to have videos. You need to have understandable presentations. You cannot live in the land of press releases alone. I always say press releases are only used to wrap fish. Even fish don't like to be wrapped in press releases anymore. So we have to change. Because there's a Pakistani community representation here, sort of tilting the law, bending the rules. We have innovations at the Pakistan embassy and the office in Salalah, and new initiatives by the government of Pakistan. And by the government of Pakistan, I mean both the governments of Pakistan in the last 3 years. Powers of attorney, we are trying to make them so transparent that people don't have to come, and other things. But never underestimate the value of a human being. Online servicing and this online bandwagon can never replace the smile of a human being who's delivering service to another human being. Remember this is not what is taught at Harvard Business School, but you'll remember it someday. So you can't leap on this bandwagon. There are so many familiar faces, so many great faces on the first row that I might not be able to take their name, but it's good to see some ladies sitting on that table. So congratulations that ladies are sitting on the table. So Excellency, we need to learn so many things from Oman, and you were Excellency is a diplomat. He served at the Human Rights Council, then it was called in Geneva, and then in the GCC, multilateralism in GCC. I tell you, both these offices can reduce the number of hair on your head. So Excellency still has his spirit and his smile intact. But one thing, and I can only speak for the Pakistani community. Please bring the females out. Please get them here. They run your households. They run your home businesses. They do eminent jobs. They are outstanding teachers. Why is it that in composite social gatherings or professional gatherings as eminent and as beautiful? By the way, there was this gentleman who was playing this wonderful music here. It was okay. So, Azrael, you don't tell me the full things. You only tell me at the 11th hour. So you are not telling me the name. So that beautiful music and the flute. But we need the other half, and it's very surprising that a country as liberal in the Middle East as Oman, somehow the Pakistani community has this tendency of not letting the ladies become participants and office holders. So that's, you might say that's a small complaint. Azra, I want to thank you, and you're looking beautiful in this green dress today. And I also want to thank Karim sir. They do everything on their own. They've spent their lives here, and they create images and movies voluntarily. So salute to you, salute to Alim sir. Both of you must write a book very soon. And when you said that there is a Pakistani who's an academy in himself, I thought you were going to say Sir Munir, but then she mentioned Tambar sir. Sorry, Ateek is saying you're a university, sir. And Amir Hamza, this young man sitting here, he has taken on major reform of the Pakistan school system, and he spent a very tough first year, the Pakistan Board of Directors, and they have innovated. They brought in magic boards, the Cambridge system, and it's a very uphill task to change. There are many tables sitting on, many luminaries sitting on that table, but then if I start taking names, I want to thank all officers of the Pakistan Embassy who are here, who I'm seeing just now, former chairman of the Pakistan School Board, eminent Pakistanis, each one of them, Excellency, we do not know. When I study their lives, they are lives of courage, lives of doing for the others, for the other fellow Pakistanis, Omanis and South Asians. It's very good to see this very young board, and sir, it was great to meet you. You said it was 28 years since Unimoni was launched. I hope this partnership goes a long way, and thank you very much, Khalid sir. Missed your name, you just arrived, and I hope that I get to meet all these eminent personalities more frequently, and learn more about remittances. Thank you very much.